Page 32, The Night. At the top of the page, they're introducing you with a new note to learn. We haven't had a new note for a while. Hopefully, you know the notes we have now. You know them on the keyboard really well, hopefully. And you know the names of the notes in the music, because again, we're going to keep adding notes. On the keyboard, we've got 5 of them, so we only got 2 more to go, and they're giving you one here. That means only 1 more to go. But in the music, we got a lot of notes to learn, so make sure you know the names of the notes in the music. It's important. This is an F, and this is the F right above middle C. Middle C is here, and the F is at the bottom of a group of 3. It's here. In the picture they show you, they have a group of 2, an F, and then 1. That's the first black key of a group of 3. There's a group of 3 up there. And generally, we think of it that way. There's a group of 3, and the bottom note is an F. It's like you said, a group of 2, and the bottom note is a C. Well, F is there. You need to know what it is. It's the bottom space in the treble clef. Those are Fs. So when you see that note in the music, you play this key on the piano. Simple as that. That's it. So I'll leave it up to you to memorize that and know what it is. Now let's look at The Night. I'm going to go through my process for learning a piece of music. This is 2 lines long. Look it over here. Treble and bass clef, 4/4 time signature, and if I glance through it, I see quarter notes and half notes and whole notes, and of course we got rests too. I usually don't mention the rests, they're there, but okay. Hands are playing at the same time, so I'm going to take it one hand at a time here. You start with the right hand, it's here, and that's the only finger number you need for the right hand. You don't need that 3 in the 3rd measure. Cross it out. You don't need it. You need to know that your 3rd finger's on that key already. Just by putting your hand here, it's there. So we have quarter notes at the beginning. You got 1, 2. That's the new note. That's the F. Got it? Okay. Left hand, it comes in. The C is here. So 1, 2, 3. So that's fun and exciting. Put the hands together. So at the first 2 measures, it's just the right hand. Now they're together here. These are together, and these are together. And here. So we're back to this again. That's about all we've done, the hands together, but it's important you get that feel, because you're using different fingers in each hand, and it's important you feel that. So once I can play the notes and the rhythms pretty well, then I go back through it and I work on the hard parts and get rid of any hesitations. So it's a steady beat throughout. Keep it slow is fine, but a steady beat. Then I can think about the interpretation. Well, the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. I'm forcing them right now, but you want to feel it. So I put in the natural accents, and then I can put in the phrasing. If you read the words, you'll see that each line is a phrase. So each line is a phrase. It's a musical thought. So that makes it a phrase. So a musical sentence. Right. So I'm going to lift up at the end of the first line on the E. Before I go on, I'm going to lift up. Just a little lift. It's like taking a breath is all. I'm just going to cut the E a little bit short so I can do that. It's not a big lift. It's just a little lift is all. Now, there is something in the second line I like to point out here. And that is, you see in the second measure, the second line, between the half notes, they put a comma in the words. Here. They've split that up into 2 different thoughts. Well, you can do that in the music too if you want. Just lift up here. Just like it's the end of a phrase, just lift up, put a little silence. Here. Again, when you do that sort of thing now, these natural accents become more important, because we've always started a phrase at the beginning of a measure, at the ba, ba. Okay, but when we start splitting this up, phrases in the middle of a measure, it's important that when I get to the next measure, that downbeat is a little stronger. See, here, to here. You want to feel it going into it. To here. Don't go to. That's confusing. So that second line here. So you can lift up if you want to. Don't have to, but it's interpreting the music. Different people will interpret it differently. It's just different ways of interpreting the music. Don't copy me. You read it and you make it yours. That's what it is. Let's play this together very slowly and double check the notes and the rhythms and all. I am going to lift up between these commas like it says to. That's just one way of interpreting it. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, off.